Hello everyone. Today we will be taking an in-depth look on how to use the environment system, a mobile unit that's capable of fogging up to 3 rooms at one time. We'll go through proper setup of the applicators and the software to help you get the fastest and most efficient disinfection possible. First, simply roll the unit into the desired room and then remove the stands and set them up where your applicators are going to be. The stands are simple tripods, and each leg of the tripod has a tab that you pull down to unlock it from position to get it into standing position. From there are 3 telescoping sections of the tripod. Untwist them counterclockwise to loosen them up and raise them to the proper height. Make sure you tighten them all the way so they don't slide back down when you put the applicator on. Now it's time to get the unit ready for disinfecting. Open the case, fold down the platform that holds the bit solution, and use the straps to clip it in. It's very important to make sure the RFID sticker on the back of the bottle is in the correct position, or else the unit will not work. If you hear beeping coming out of it when you try to run the system, there's a good indication that the RFID reader is not in the correct position against that front of the unit on the back of the bottle. Remove the dip tube from the metal sleeve in the middle of the unit and place it in the bottle of bit solution. You can do this before or after you place the bit solution bottle on the platform. Sometimes it's easier to do it before so you can maneuver it around a little bit easier. And make sure the lid is on tight. Plug in the applicators with the Harding connectors into each port. There are 3 ports, one for each applicator. Make sure the white connectors are on the top and the blue is on the bottom. Once you plug them in and they're secure, pull the silver tab until you hear a click. Once you hear that click, that means they're in and ready to go. This can also be done either before or after you place the applicators on the stand. To place the applicators on the stand, just make sure that the attachment is on the bottom of the applicator, and then simply pull down the metal collar on the top of the tripod and attach it at an angle. Make sure it's at an angle about 45 degrees pointing towards the ceiling to get proper fogging. Simply plug the unit in with the provided power cord. Insert your USB stick for your data collection and flip the power switch. And you are ready to disinfect a full room. Once the system's booted up, you can enter your information. This is used for the data on the USB drive that you inserted, and also verify that the data is correct. Once you verify the data is correct, you will be brought to the next screen, which gives you 7 different options to pick from. See manual, run, prime, exit, admin, and log off. The 3 main ones to pay attention to are the biggest ones: manual, run, and prime. We will start with the prime function. This section is pretty straightforward. This is just where you can prime each individual applicator or all 3 at once. Simply press 1, 2, or 3, or 1, 2, and 3 to start the prime process. You're going to want to prime for about 30 seconds to a minute just to get all of the air out of the lines. Once the stream of bit solution is constant without any gaps in it, you are ready to go. Manual mode, when you press that, is going to bring you to a mode where you can take one of the applicators and surface spray. So when you press manual, it'll bring you to this screen. Press the button that says prime/spray to toggle prime or spray. So it says spray right there, so it's ready to spray. If you want to prime it before you spray, press it and prime will pop up, and there will be a small stream of your bit solution to come out to get all that air out of the hose before you spray. Next, we'll go to run mode. So when you press run, you're going to be brought to a screen that looks like this. And this is where you will select the number of rooms to be configured. This is not how many applicators you're using at once, but how many rooms you're using at once. And finally, split mode. If you want to place one applicator in 2 or 3 rooms to fog them at the same time, that's what split mode is for. This mode will give you data for each individual room that you fog. So you have recorded data for each room to keep track of how often and how much bit solution you use in each room. Once you determine how many rooms you will be disinfecting, it will bring you to this screen where you can select how many pods will be used, or applicators, and enter your room dimensions. So you simply tap each number to change, put the number in the input, and hit the enter button. Make sure you have all 3 pods or applicators selected before you move on to the next screen. This screen is where you will enter the information about the bit solution. You enter the area being treated. You can call it whatever room number, name you would like, your bit solution lot number, and production date. This is just for your validation and your data that will end up on the USB stick that you put in at the beginning. Next, you can prime all 3 pods. Now, you may have already done this, but it is always a good idea to prime again for at least a few seconds just to make sure there's no more air in the lines and you get a steady stream of bit solution for your disinfection process. One of the great features of the environment system is 2 methods of startup operation. First, you can do remote start, which is exactly what it sounds like. There's a remote hanging on the front of the unit. You take that outside the room. Once it's all sealed, press the button, and the applicators will start running right away. The second method is the manual method. It'll give you a timed countdown. It starts with 10 seconds, but you can set it to whatever you want. We generally recommend this if you have the proper PPE on, just in case you're not out of there before the applicators turn on. For this demonstration, we use the remote start option. Once you see the screen that says remote start, just exit the area and hit the start button whenever you're ready. Once you hit the start button, make sure all 3 applicators are running correctly. And now just sit back and wait for the room to be disinfected. This particular room will take 30 minutes to disinfect while all the applicators are spraying and fog it up. As you can see, the fogging gets more dense over time. Then after the applicators stop, you're going to want a minimum 15-minute dwell time until you re-enter the room. This full room fog will achieve a 6 log or greater kill on everything it touches, from surfaces to the air. If you have further questions about our environment system or any one of our products, please do not hesitate to reach out to our customer service team through our website or our phone number that you'll find at the end of this video. Thank you for trusting SteraMist with your decontamination and disinfection needs, and thank you for being a client.